What about it, YouTube? All right, just something I noticed. Pay attention to who we're talking about here.
Right? I don't know. That seems like a really weird way to have said that. Nonetheless, moving right along though, let's take a look at this. All right. So this is, like I said, this is Hunter Kozak and the other guy on here on 60 Minutes, and just watch. We're gonna watch it through one time, and then I'm gonna show you why I'm saying what, like the specifically the word, like the wording that I wanted to call out.
Disagreement? Yours was the last question that Charlie Kirk ever heard.
Yeah, I don't. There's a strange amount of weight to that. I don't really know how to grapple with that. I mean, he's answered tens of thousands of questions, and that was the first question I've ever asked him. We never talked before that.
There's video of you in that moment. What was that moment like?
I thought I heard a firecracker, and I see his I see the bullet hit his neck, and I fall to the ground. I think I recognized immediately what this was. This wasn't necessarily like a mass shooting. This was like an assassination.
First of all, okay, I've said this every time that I've talked about this. How on earth could you possibly know that? Okay, that is extremely shady to me. Okay, there's no way for you to know that. There's no way for you to know that. There's no way for anyone to feel confident saying that. Okay, all you know is that the first shot that was taken seems to have hit the guy who was on stage. Okay, I mean, just bottom line, something of that magnitude. Okay, something of that magnitude. You are going to remember the details of that with such fine-tuned precision that it's hard to exaggerate. And so what you were thinking is definitely one of the things that's going to burn itself into that memory for sure. And he says, I just recognized very quickly that this was a targeted assassination. How did you recognize that exactly? You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? Okay, it's nonsense. It makes no sense. Now you could say afterwards, you know, like when there wasn't another shot very quickly, but like the first thing that you thought was just a target, it's just dumb. It doesn't make any sense.
I just remember I got up and I ran and I called my mom and I said, Mom, Charlie Kirk's been shot. And she goes, what? And I said, he's been shot. I literally watched a bullet enter his neck and I watched him die in front of me.
Jed, this event pushes Democrats and Republicans farther apart or brings them closer together, in your view?
I think the moderate Democrats and Republicans, I think it brings them together. I think there are individuals on both the left and the right, some of them more radical, that it pushes them apart. And I think it's communication that is the most important element that comes together. And I think that,
oh my God, I can't. Listen to this, dude. I'm not a radical leftist. I never wish for violence. I'm more moderate. Used to be a Republican before Obama, but I know hate when I hear it, and Kirk spread hate and division in the name of Jesus. Cite one example.
All right. So what is interesting about those two guys on 60 Minutes? Let's look at my comment. Read my comment. The first guy's name's Hunter Kozak. So Hunter Warrior. And then Jeb Jacoby is Jeb Supplanter. Both Ashkenazi Jewish names. I don't know why it's taken me this long too, but today I noticed that the last four letters in Ashkenazi are very interesting, are they not? Another coincidence. C-O-H-E-N. Coincidence. So that was Jesse on Fire's video today, but isn't it interesting that these guys right here, who they are? I mean, I couldn't help but notice. As hard as that is for some people, I couldn't help but notice. All right, God bless.